I decided to let you in today on my crafting inspiration. I've been crafting a lot. I made a few more dress kits. Not dress kits. These are just dresses. I'm going to put these in my shop. I just made a few more because this one seems to be quite popular and it had sold out. So I made about three of them. But while I'm doing that, while I'm crafting, I'm also always watching and being inspired by different people. And I'm going to try and put and adjust this to see if I can see any comments that might come. So while people are coming in, I'm just going to kind of do a little chat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this is as I was watching, anyways, when I was crafting those, and I was also crafting. I don't know. You might be able to see it. That beautiful, you can't see it. That beautiful angel. I'll pull it down right now. I was actually crafting also this beautiful angel. Oops. And I've been watching a lot of other crafters. I do that a lot of times when I'm crafting. So this angel, it's in my Etsy shop already. But anyways, I was crafting those things and I got inspired by a few of the other ladies who have been making clusters. I've never made a cluster. I guess. Hello. Hi. I'm going to try and do it this way so I could see the Aretha. Yeah, you guys can converse down there. Um, Oh, you like my crafty angels? Yes, that was my most recent one, the rose gold. I was inspired because I had a customer during the holidays who purchased, I don't know, about four of them, and she bought the ones I had in my shop, and then she said, "I want you to make me a couple more." I don't might have been four or five of them that she purchased. I don't remember the exact amount, but I decided that while I was creating them with for her, the ones she wanted, that I would also try to create at least another one similar. So I actually sold the that she had bought that other pink one that I had. I might have I don't remember if I shared it, but it's in my Etsy shop. And then or you would have seen it in my Facebook group. I always post pictures there. Anyways, oh, you do? Oh, okay. She says crafty angels when she comes into chats. Well, anyways, I decided that I need to sometimes come here and just craft. And um, what happened is I was getting very, you know how you're creative and crafting and it came together, but then you start getting a little bit like, I'm tired of having of this demanding crafting. I want to do some craft something fun. So I was inspired by these clusters and this, and I said, well, how can I combine that? So what I decided to do is make clusters out of a a fabric kit I have in my Etsy shop. And I was planning to make more lots. And what I usually do is I'll take a variety of, so this is the actual kit right here that you see in front of you while we're talking. I'll show it to you while I'm talking. These are just some of the things that are in the kit. And one of the things I like to do is create these because I have so much fabric and so much beautiful vintage things. So this is actually a vintage curtain, and I cut a. This is about the size of several of the pieces of the fabrics I put in there. And then I was trying to put something together, not extremely large, but enough for you if you guys do junk journals or you guys like right now. I'm going to make clusters with what I have in this lot. So this is one of the prettiest pieces, and as you can see, it's beautiful. And I use it in the clusters. And but I've already used some of the fabric, so like this is cut. It was a little bit bigger, a piece of this ecru. Um, but anyways, I pretty much was inspired by others while I was watching different channels. So I've already used half of this, I think, maybe more. So this was also in there. Um, so being inspired, I decided, okay, well, I'm going to make some clusters. And I decided to make the clusters out of the lot that I have in my Etsy shop. And so these are just some of the things in this lot. I've used a little bit of this already. See how pretty that is. And I just combine colors. I plan to make more pink because pink is about sold out. I had a smaller pink one, but I'm going to try to make it. I'm going to try and make my lots from 20 to 15 to $20 lots. And this one's actually really good, really big. I My goal is to make a lot with a lot of stuff in it so that when you purchase it and you purchase only that lot, it weighs under 4 ounces, which is the best price for shipping. And so I want to make it for 3 to 4 ounces. So that'll really depend on how much is in the lot. So that's what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to show you as we go, you're going to see all the stuff that I have in the lot. But these are some of the pieces that I put in this lot. There's tons of stuff in here. I mean, you can be inspired by, and I put mostly fabrics. I do put a little embellishments, and I might put more next time. I'm not sure. I don't like putting too much in it because it brings up over the weight too. So these are a few of the embellishments, a few buttons, a little tassel, and some beads. There's another trim. I've used parts of these. So I'll show you how I used them. I'm going to pull everything on the sides around me so that you can kind of see that what I'm doing. What I what I did is I'm making clusters, okay? And I see people make clusters, and I said, "Oh, after I make the clusters, I can make some flowers." But you know what? My clusters are looking like flowers. So you guys tell me what you guys think of these clusters I've come up with while I make room for them. Okay, where was the first one I made? Okay. So here's the first one I made. So my idea is to make the clusters, make them flat so that they can be placed into maybe on your junk journal in a craft project. And this is using the stuff I have in the Ecru lot. So you could see that I started with, um, I put this fabric right here at the bottom, and I have a nice large piece of this. This is, I think I've used half of this. Um, I think I made the pieces around 9 inches or 7 or 8 inches square or square triangle. So this is what I came up with. And so I think I'm going to actually make these and probably put them in my Etsy shop and see if people are interested in buying my designs. But I basically layered it, and I'm trying to keep them not too fat. But I like texture. I have to have texture. So I lightly glued them. I'm planning to go back and put in a little bit more fabric tack because I used the hot glue, and I'll probably put a little bit of fabric tack, make sure everything's completely, not completely like solidly because I want them to have some movement to them. But so this was using right here. That was that first piece that I showed you, that beautiful embroidered piece. I used it, I just folded a strip and it added it there. And I added a piece of the leaf right there. See? And then this is a piece of lace. And I'll make these some with you. I might make some similar to these so that you could see how I did them. There's that one. And here's another one I made from the lot. And I still have a whole bunch more stuff. I could make up probably 20, I think. And so I used the one of the fabrics, and this one's more of a triangular shaped. But you can see it kind of looks like a flower, right? But it's quite flat, even though I have a little bit of dimension to them. I'm trying not to put a lot of dimension because I want you to be able to put this, you can put them on any of your craft projects you're doing and create something beautiful. I think I'm going to do more. When I do my pink lot, I was thinking of doing more. So here's another one. And I like fibers, so I'm using the pieces that I showed you as fiber. You can see. All right, here's another one. So this one looks a little bit, I used more of the lighter colors and the more elegant colors in there. And I actually put, this is actually in the lot. I don't have a lot of embellishments, but I have I have a little bit of pearls and a little bit of the couple of those. And I thought that looked really pretty together. And then this one, see, I make everything into flowers. They look like flowers, but either way, you can make them your own. But I thought I could still give you ideas, something different than other people are doing for these. If you are looking, want to look for other people who have made them, these are actually quite large. I put a ruler here so we could see. They are actually about 4 inches, but a lot of people make them 2 inches or even smaller, and they layer fabrics. So I'm using fabrics and whatever I have in this lot that makes me creative. So I think I'm going to start out with the first one and I'm going to make something similar. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be similar because, I still have some of this fabric here. So what I did with this is I went ahead and just cut it a piece. I think I'm going to cut it this way. That way, if I want to make a different size, I can make a different size. So I just grabbed a piece right here, cut it into fourths. It's kind of like a square rectangular. It's not important the size of that bottom, whatever size you want to fill. And so this, I'll just measure the piece because I know you guys like to see sizes and stuff that I'm doing. So this piece is right now a little under 3 inches that way and about 2.5 this or 2.25 this way. So it's a triangle. Now these are my ideas that I just come up with and I use in my crafting all the time. And so this one, I want it to look shabby along the edges. Notice it's a bit shabby here on the bottom. So I'm taking these and I'm pulling more off of this piece. And I do not, you take off as much as you want and I'm keeping them in a pile because I'm actually using these pieces as the fibers you see. You can see the fibers in there. Oh, where are they? They're right there. When I look through the camera, I can't see very well. And there's a lot of texture in this piece. So you take off as much as you want. If it's hard for you to take off, you can grab like I'll grab one, like a pin or something. If you feel like and take off more, it'll help you to pull them out. And just take off more. So that's up to you how much you take off. And like I said, we're gonna use this in the project. We're not gonna throw that piece away. I throw a lot of these scrap strings away all the time, but I want to show you how I use some of them sometimes. Not always, but I do use these scrap pieces to give more texture to my pieces, and it doesn't cost me any more to do that. All right, so do it as much as you want. So I don't know how long I'm going to be here, and sometimes my Wi-Fi drops. If my Wi-Fi starts dropping, I'm not tired yet, I'll still be on here. And if you ask any questions or anything like that, I might see it or I might not. So if I don't see it, you can keep on asking the question. I do have comments on, but I'm really just have my phone right here above me, and it's tilted so I can kind of look. But so this is all I did. Maybe you can see it better from this side. See that? So that's the start of what I decided to do because this fabric can do that. You can fray it. Now, another thing I might do is if I want more movement in my piece, you can always let me get another pair, this pair. Here's a little pair of scissors. You can always also do movement. Say I want them to roll up a little bit, then I'll grab scissors just like you used to do it for curling ribbon, which I do. I do use the curly ribbon technique also. You can pull more off this way and just curl it a little bit. It gives that more movement. So this is if you like doing this. If you don't, if you want everything, you don't have to do this part. I just give it a little more of a wave. I like movement. That's just me. All right, then on this one, I used bits of this piece as one part of the bottom. And I took a piece of a leaf. I cut it out. And it doesn't have to be close because these are shabby. You can make them as clean as you want. And should I do two? I only did one, and then I did some of this. I actually used a lot of the stem in my last piece, so we'll use a little bit of that. And it has like an organza background. Organza? Yeah, organza. It's like a netting. And I'm pulling off some of it just because I like the shabby look. I'm making it shabby. So, let me see. I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to snip it like this just because it's shorter than my other piece. And there, it's going to stick out on this corner right here. I'm going to stick it right there. So making these, I saw a bunch of videos, and so everyone has their own little take on it. They do it a slightly different, but yet the same. Everybody is more of a free style, type of a method. Just use your scraps. Or in my case, I'm going to use this lot. And you can make it stick out as much as you want. I decided, oh, I don't like how it's sticking out, so I'm going to turn it a little bit. I think I decided to make it stick out the shorter side rather than the longer side. Okay, then I took a piece of, where are you? It's not this one. Well, I don't know where it's at. Oh, well, we'll use this one. Then I'll grab, like, this is a nice ruffle trim, or not a ruffle trim. It's a textured fabric. It's a cotton. I just cut a piece like this off. That's fine. If I find the other piece, I might use it. And then I really, on this side, I kind of just pulled on it because I want it to look a little messy. And I stuck that on top of there. And I'm trying to make them a little flat, not too, but I still want them to have texture and movement. And I took a piece of this, which is just I want my bigger scissors. I don't know, just, it doesn't matter the size. You want whatever size you want to do it. You can make it, this one happens to be square, but you can make it round. Want to make it a little oval shaped. And I actually did, I think I did make this move a little bit more by pulling along the edges, because like I told you, I like texture and movement. And so you can see how easy. Oh, let me put that in front. There you go. Sorry. Maybe I better move that a little lower there where I'm working there. So I'm putting a lot of things on here, and I'm just using a little bit of glue. And I thought also that you could always just put a button on top of it if you cross almost all of them here. But it's up to you. Let's see, what else did I use in this piece? So I used a little bit of a piece of fabric. Okay, and then I just put these pieces. I just put bits of them in here, and this will give it fiber texture and make it flow. And you can put as much as you want. You can put it all, or you can put part of it. I just dropped some in there. And then I used, let's see if I know I have another one like this. I think there were two of these little round things. But I have so much stuff, they all get lost. And I'm messy. I'm a messy crafter. Just call me messy. Here it is. Nope. Oh, well, I better put all my little embellishments up here. Well, I don't find it. I'm sure I'll run across it later. So instead of that, we'll put a button. Then I put something in the center of it. Oh wait, here it is. Look, it peeked out at me. Here it is. So you can cut this. You can fussy cut this as much as you want, because it's also on a netting. So, or you can mess with the netting and just, snip it and give it some texture, or you can just leave it alone, and it looks wonderful. See? There we go. Now, remember, this one's going to be holding down all those fibers, or you can put a little bit of glue under the fibers. Oh, thank you. I think I'm going to try to work harder on putting out some more kits. It has quite a bit in it. So there you go. I made a cluster. It's using bits and pieces. I'm going to make scrap clusters too later on. which I might try and come on, but you know me, if I'm busy, if I'm too busy, I just don't. If you feel like it's unbalanced, then you all by all means do more. Add something else to it that you like. But I thought that was in the cuff. It's pretty flat, so it can be placed on anything, or you can add an embellishment on top of it still. You know, here's a button if we want to go more. But since I'm using everything in the kit, I'm kind of like just going to put one center on the embellishment so you can see slightly different, but yet both very similar. So that's that one. But I'm just kind of showcasing some of the stuff I have on in this kit. Okay. So this one I had a piece of, let me see if I run across that, then I'll do that one for you guys. But right now we're going to work on this one, I think, because I keep on losing everything. That's me. I lose everything. Okay, so now I'm going to start. Again, I used that same square that I lost. I tell you. Oh, look, see, they fell down here. That's why I couldn't find them. There it is. This is one of the pieces that's in there. And here's another one of that fell. Let's see if anything else is on the floor. I don't think this was in the kit, but it was on my floor. Which you can throw in whatever you have that matches your style. I don't remember if I put this in the kit or not, because I opened the kit the other day. So here I go. Here's the piece. Look. So again, go ahead and shabby this piece up. And if you like the fabric and you want the fabric to show, then you could just go off to a side of it. And I like this fabric, and it gives it a nice base color. But you can but if the piece is big enough, I think it's around 8 or 9 inches square, rectangular square, you know, probably not exactly the exact same every lot, but it's a nice thick, and you can use your own base too instead and use this to make a flower, or I'll show you different techniques. Okay, so there's that, and then I put underneath, this one has a few more layers, this piece, which I saw over here. Where are you? I lose everything, I tell you. I'm bad. Well, I'll start getting everything. Okay, I used a bit. What I put inside the lot were just strips of fabric. What had happened is when I was making the lot, I had made a wreath with lots of different strips, and some of them I used and some of them I didn't. And so I stuck the pieces of the wreath pieces, I mean the strips of fabric that I had made for the wreath, and that's what you'll see in here. So this is one of them. This is another here. Losing everything. I'm trying to organize while I'm talking to you because I'm really messy. Okay. I know I had that. Oh, here it is. It's right here. They're in front of my eyes. And then this is a very thick piece, and it is more of the feeling of an upholstery type trim. But I used a piece of this in here. So I'm going to cut a piece of it. And when I used it, I actually at the same time, if you can see all the fibers in this piece, I also used the fibers of this. But first, before you pull off the fibers, you might want to glue the back of it so that they don't come off all the way, because that could happen, and then you'll have only fibers. So I'm going to let that dry while I'm looking for more. Okay, here's one piece I used. I used this strip, and then I used a strip of this. I used a piece of this. Okay, and then I used a piece of this that's also in the lot. And everyone will get pieces of that same thing, but they might be like different parts. You know, they might look a little bit different, but they'll be the same. You know how you cut something out, and so I'll put this one here. And there's something white in there. Oh, okay. I put some of this. Did I put it in 2 places? Yeah, I'm just trying to duplicate this piece. I got 2 squares. And I'll show you what I did with that. All right. Okay, so this one right here, I took it out. Now it's dry. And I just picked at it. Because these, you'll find that if I send you these types of trims, that fray like this, I'll probably wrap them with tape, with scotch tape, and so that they don't all come apart on you, and you can use them as a trim, just like that. All right. So whether you're using what you have already or you're using my kit, you can use these techniques in your own creation. If you like the way I put things together in movement, and there's no rules when you do this. This one, I'm probably going to put it on a different way, but I put it on the corner and I let my strings come down. That's what I decided to do with this one. And then, what's this one here? This piece. So again, to make it look older, make it look more vintage, make it look more shabby, and I give your piece more movement. I'm going to put it on a different corner here. And I'm just putting a little bit just to tack it down. And then I put this coming out somewhere. Again, this has a netting on it, so you can choose to do what you want with the netting. Stretching it sometimes gives it a beautiful look. Look how that looks when I stretch it. Now it makes it look like this is a finished piece and it has something coming out of it. You see that? Let's say I don't like it going that high. There's my little scissors. Just fussy cut it a little more. You don't have to throw this netting away. You don't have to cut all the way around it for these types of projects. It's just adding a little different perspective, more movement, more texture to your piece. Don't be afraid to mess with your fabrics, with the pieces, and just, this doesn't fray, so it's okay. So I'm going to place it here, put a little bit here, and have it stick out there. I want it to go up a little. Put a little glue there, so it sticks out a little. So what I'm doing is I'm filling in I'm kind of going outside of the piece, and that piece is almost like the center point of what I'm working on. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some of this to give it more, again, more texture, and you can add it in any way you want. So now this time I'm folding the pieces, and I'm going to twist them a little, add a little bit of glue, and be careful when you do this types of stuff. You could burn yourself, I added a little bit sticking out. Now I'm going to add a little more here. Really, it doesn't matter where you put it. If you like it all centered, I'm trying to not make it to only look like flowers, because that's what I'm always doing, making my things look like flowers. And that's okay too, because I like flowers. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and, so I took this little strip, and it's still pretty flat, even though it has a little bit more structure to it, because I made this round flower. I took a piece of this, and let me see if it frays. It frays more if you want to fray it more. It looks like a little. You probably need a needle for it, because it's kind of a cotton with probably a cotton blend. Let me take a sip of water. Simple dimple. I did put a rose on top of there, right? You see that little rolled rose? And I just started with a twist. And this time I'm going to put this on, and I'm just going to put it starting here. I decided I want to put it there, and just start it there. That's what I did. Now, if you want, I'm going to push this piece up this time. I didn't do it on that one, see, but I am this time. And then I went and I just twist it. And then all you do is go around. And this is like a cotton that's matte. It's a matte cotton. You can see I did that. I always like, I get inspired by other people and what they're doing. And then I make it my own, and I add my own techniques that I use for almost everything I do. So you might see me make like a wreath with a whole bunch of flowers on it. But can you imagine making all of these and then putting them on a wreath or on your book, or you know, just roll it and just go around. And there's no right way or wrong way. It can get like it's not perfect right now. Look, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can I'm shaping it differently than that one. That one I made it more round. I was more careful. I'm not as careful on this one. It doesn't matter. It looks good. Let me see. So I'm just using my finger to twist around the fabric. It's probably because I'm not twisting it as much as I was the last time. So now look, it's all twisty. I'm going to go around this way. I'm just going to put the glue here first. And then I'm holding it. And I'm going to place it right on top of that glue. Okay. I'm going to go on top of this a little bit. So you do what you want to do. But this is my idea and how I came up with different things. At 8. I hope they inspire you. Next time I'll try. You can do the same thing with different colors. So you can use pinks and because a lot of my followers use pink. And I want you to notice this. I went out this way, so I'm going to do that for you. Show you, it's it's so easy. Just twist it. Just twist it. And then this is what you're going to work with. What's twisted. And you're going to come back this way and glue. And now you have a almost like a leaf or something. And I'll put another one this way. I'm twisting. I think I started twisting the wrong opposite way, and my whole thing was untwisting. I think I'm going to go back this way. Nah, I'll see. See what I end up doing. So you can change your mind, and it doesn't matter if it twists around or not. You can do a bunch of them, or for me, I just did a few. That's enough. I'm going to leave it like that. See, it's just, let me see, where's this one? So now it's missing some things. I know what it's missing. So here's the little piece I cut from the lace that was in the kit. And again, all you're going to do is, it's a little square, just fold it like this, and then fold it again, and grab it here, and do a little twist. And where do you want to put it? I'm going to put mine right here, because I want to add a little more white on this side. Because I still do balance colors a little bit, like, even though they're different colors we're working with. So, can you see that? Is it focusing? Focus. So it just looks like a little petal coming out to the side. I thought I cut another one. Here it is. Yeah. So here's another one, because I had two. Now, where should we put it? I think I'm just going to put it right next to that one. I like that idea. Now, you could take the time to glue this down a little more. I'm just kind of doing it, not putting a lot of glue. Depends on what you're using it for, how much glue. So there's a little texture on that side. And I'm going to glue this piece down right here. So it's showing off that cotton trim. I'm going to glue this down a little more. Okay. So all I did was, you can go better circle. You can add another one there. You can grab anything else on this platform. Okay. Then I put just a little bit of these beads in, which I just recently, before Christmas, I purchased a bunch of different colors. So I have rose gold, pink. I can't remember what color, the colors I have. I have silver, I think, even. I like this trim. It's just, I know a lot of people don't like it because it's like fishing line, but I like it. I use it all the time and all kinds of stuff. And for this one, I placed the bead just like this in the center here. You can place it there if you want, but I'm going to place it here like that. And I'm pulling these this way so that they'll go off this way. I decided I want them to go that way. Yeah, I'm weird that way. And let me see if there's anything I missed on there. I think I put all the same elements, you know. Oh no, that's missing this. Okay. Where are you? It likes to hide right in front of my eyes. Where'd you go? Okay. Well, I saw a little piece down here. Now I have a big piece someplace here. Man, I lose everything. Anyway, it's over here. Look at right here. But I'm going to use this little piece. So now I had put some of this in there and it's down here on the bottom. So I'm going to put some over this because I think that this will help this too much white here. I think it'll help it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple of pieces. I want to show you how you can just do with something so simple. You can grab it. I'm going to X them. I think that's what I'm going to do. X them 2 strips. See? X. I'm going to twist. And now, see that? Looks like a little flower. I like to make flowers. And I'm going to put that in here. Okay, stay down. Now, if you could see, I think it's going up too much. You might like that. I'm going to push it down a little more by putting some glue on it. Because my goal is to make these a little flat, but to give them texture, to make them look pretty, and to my goal is to use this kit. But I'm gonna, in the future, I'm gonna use my scraps and oh, this was that one piece that came off of let's stick it in here somewhere. Don't waste anything. I think it could be useful on this side. I'm sticking it underneath the rose thing we made with a little bit of glue. Just gorgeous. See how pretty they come out? It's just a bunch of little pieces, and I think it could use more fiber. Oh, here. Oh, I think I can do it that way too, is pull more fiber from the fabric below. Like, say I want it to come up here. I bet it'll work if I put a little bit of glue right here so it doesn't fray any further than that, and pull. See the kinds of things I come up with? It needs more fiber. Let's give you more fiber, and it won't pull all the way off because I glued it right there. And pull some of that fiber over. Yeah, make it more maxy. You can do the same thing on this side, but I think that's cute enough. And there you go. So now I made 2, 4, 1. Where's the other one like this one? Well, I lose them. So here it is. No, that's not it. This is the next one. All right, here's the next one. This is very similar to these others. Just to use different little pieces again. I used its brown a lot to start, and it actually goes a long way. I'm going to use a smaller piece this time. A smaller square. Just what I decided to do. And this time, I'm going to pull off the pieces again because I like the fibers. So you probably have fibers. You probably have some yarn or something. I didn't put any yarn in this lot. But really, when I made this lot, I kind of had just barely was trying to rush it because I was moving things around in my business, in my house is what I was doing. And so I didn't put a lot of fibers in it because I didn't know where the fibers were really. I'm starting to organize more and more in this room, and I'm starting to know where things are. So I think that's good. All right. So all I'm doing is having you come along with me as I craft, and trying to show you. Again, I used this. Might have used this. Oh, this is the one I used in the other one. And this is a nice wide piece of cotton that I have. And I think I have some of this in my shop. And I also took a piece here and like this. And I'll probably use both of these. And then I pulled. And I pulled. And placed it. I'm going to place it right there like that. Like that. And then I'm going to use another one of these. I like the movement, I said. So this is coming apart right here. All I'm going to do is glue it when I put it on. Isn't that gorgeous? And then, oh, I see what I used. So another one of the ribbons I put in there was this piece of, it's like a chiffon that I hand torn ribbon again from, I was making something with this and I had strips left over and I put them in. Very easy to make a cute little flower or bow or whatever you want to call it. You can do kind of like I did the other one, or I'm going to do this time, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to do just wrapping it around my hand. And then I'm going to gather it like a bow here. And this is going to give me some, you know what, I'm going to change that. Let me do it this way because it's easier to glue them down. I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces. What size are these pieces? I don't know. Make them the size you want. That's what you do. You can make them different sizes too. And pretty much I want to show you a little bit. Just put them in X's. See, it's a strip. I'm going to do 3, I think. Like that. You can also take these pieces again and I'll grab the other little scissors, the straighter. And you can also pull them up like a ribbon. Like if you were going to pull a ribbon to curl it. And I'm going to do that with the edge of the scissors on the edges. And you can see that it frays it up. Frays it up a little bit, curls a little bit, gives it more movement. I do it more on the edges to fray it. Okay. So now we're going to put a little bit of this stuff. Okay. And then, oh, looks like I had put that other stuff on top. I guess I'll go ahead and grab another one. This same one right here. See how you can use something small, but this is a cotton trim and it will go a long ways. I'm going to open this up a little more. Put a little glue. Spread you out to look like 2. And then put you on here like this. Some on this side. So I'm still layering like everybody else is doing fabrics, but I'm actually manipulating the fabrics more. And see, this is another trim that I have, and that's what I put on there, and I just cut off a piece and put it, I'm going to put it on top since I don't have it. I have one more button, but I'm not sure. I had placed one gold button, I think, inside the lot. That's why I used that. But you can use one of these other buttons or another pearl if you want. Let me put this button. I should put it on top so you could see how the button will fill. So grab your buttons from your stash. Grab anything, and you can see how. So to me, they keep on turning out like flowers. I'm just a flower girl. That's all that is. I just make a lot of flowers. But I think I'm going to choose one of these pieces. So this piece right here has a lot of little things on it, a lot of twists and turns. I'm going to take one of these curly cues, and that's going to be our center. And this is a more elegant look, but you can mix elegant. There you go. I'm going to put that one there. Okay, so this is what the original one, this is the second one. Totally different, but with the same material. See that? Now, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask me questions. I'm going to keep looking. Trying anyway. All right, so then I had this fabric, which I used to make this one, this piece. And where's the other piece? And you can use your own, you know, fabric as the base if you want to use these, because some of these fabrics are really pretty, um, both of them. So I just chose lighter pieces. So let's try these two. And I'm going to cut, they're actually going to be a little bit smaller piece. I cut them into a square. This one, it has almost like, it's almost like a curtain, you know, when the curtains have the backing on them, and it doesn't fray very much, but it does fray, see? So if you want to fray it, you can. Probably, it depends on how much you're going to cover it up, I think. And you can use those if you want. I'm going to go ahead and do that, even though I didn't do it for the others, but see? It's not as pretty of a fiber. It's a cotton, almost like a cotton field fiber. So you can do that. I can decide, because sometimes a little bit of cotton will soften things up. So um, use everything. I use everything. Okay. So I do want to let you know that I'm doing light gluing, and myself, for like, I'm gonna probably end up putting these in my Etsy shop as a, you know, a set of 5 or something like that. And I'll probably go back and I'm gonna put more fabric tack, or I might sew on another button or something like that to keep everything together well. And that part's up to you. Okay. So here's the 2 we're gonna make. I'm gonna start getting this stuff out because I find that I should have more of this, but here's a piece of that. I didn't use any of this. See, I have quite a bit of this in there. I had to show you this piece though. This is another piece. I put in this lot. This is um, a nice big fabric piece, and it's all there. Everyone will get a different one of these, and I show it on the listing, and it shows you'll get one piece, and it's really I think it's, is it Paris? I think it's a Paris, like photos of buildings in Paris or something like that, France or something like that. I don't know, but I tell you what it is in the picture, and I was going to use this as one of my bases, but I haven't done that yet. Maybe we'll do that as we go. Okay, and then I use some of this on this one, and then I used, let's put you on the side. Oh, yeah, I use some of this. So we'll cut some of this off for each of them. This one over here has some, that one doesn't. So I'm going to cut this piece off here. Put it on this side. And then then when if I keep on going, if you guys still hang out with me, I'll be using, and I used a piece of this. So this is just a piece of, on this one, I put a little bit of this on there. Just cut a piece off. Then we'll put them together. All right, with that one. I thought I had more of that trim. I haven't run across it though. Did I use this? Nope. Didn't use that. Oh, I used a piece of this. I left on. Maybe I'll take one of these flowers off. But see, it looks like this. It's all rosy, and then it has these pieces coming out. And this was some of the piece that's left. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking. What else do I need? I need these beads. I used some of these beads. Okay, I used a piece of this. So let's start. I see. I'm going to use this because I don't have to make them exactly the same, but I just want you to see that the versatility of using all the stuff that's in this lot if you decide you want to make clusters yourself. And then, you know, the clusters would be easy to make for you to put them on. I'm just going to throw some of this in there. No rhyme or reason. It's just a base. So this is the base. Let me put another piece of glue. Okay, where are ya? Where are ya? My glue sticks. So I went and dove in and took one. I ordered one of those big old giant boxes, like 20. It's like costs like $25 on Amazon of glue sticks, but they are the shorter glue sticks. But it's a real bargain to buy them. But I'm not sure if they're just so short. I have to replace them so often. Okay, so here I am. I'm gonna just start building these. And since I want this to really show a lot, I'm gonna cut it in half. I want it to be sticking out on the edges. So I'm gonna, instead of just placing the whole thing on there, I'm gonna cut it in half. And I'm gonna manipulate this. Remember, I can pull, curls, pull. Oh, that one broke. Not a biggie deal. It's just, you can fussy cut it off or use it. I'm using it. Okay, there we go. So I want it to come on the edges. I'm pulling and twisting at the same time. Pulling and twisting. Now you can see what it looks like. Okay, when somebody asked how are these used, and that's what I saw. That's why this intrigued me with how to use these, is you can use them in any way. So there's a lot of people who do junk journals and say you're doing a junk journal. I don't do junk journals, but I plan to hopefully this year make one because I want to experience it. It takes a long time for something to really sink into me, like its usefulness. Why are we doing it? I have to have like a motivation to do it. And this is part of the motivation to do the junk journals. So let's say you are making a project and you have let me pull it up. Whenever you order lace from me, I give you one of these most of the time. If it's a thin lace and I can wrap around this and you want to make a tag, there's a good start to your tag, right? Or you can put something on your tag, whether you stamp it or paint it, or, attach a piece of lace to it. You know, if you're going to make a tag, and whatever you're doing to it, this will be a major part of your tag. So now your tag is partially done because you've already made some of it. So now you're doing your junk journal and you have a pocket you want to embellish. Stick this on the pocket. Okay, you have a large heart that you're filling up, which probably will do a little bit of that. And you stick this on there. And it is just pretty. And you can combine them together and just make a collage of all of these together. As you can see, you can start building and decide if you like it, or you can just put one, which I'm pushing those to the side. So that's how what the thought of a cluster is to make ahead of time little embellishments. Some people are making these and they're putting clips on the back so that they can clip it on their junk journal. Maybe the front, the back, or I don't do junk journals a lot, but I have seen a lot of people because I like to see people's creativity coming out, and that's what this is from. Somebody was making them, and I said, okay, I can see, I envision that, I get it. So that's why I'm making them. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and so that's how you're going to use a cluster. And again, it's hard for me to make things when I don't understand the item myself. And so that's good you asked that question because you want to understand what you're making and the why of it. I feel like that really helps me to make things, to design things because I have a why. And I know I have a bigger piece of this, but it looks like I misplaced it. So I'm going to use this little small piece and I'm just going to put it right here. So I'm just adding things because I should have a bigger piece, but I don't. I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. And you can make them as big or as small as you want. So this little square right here is not very big. I'm putting a little more glue because you've fallen off. There. Okay. So I'm just building. So I have a little bit. Do I have a little bit of this on this one? Oh, I do right here in the corner here. See it? Yeah. So I'm going to put it on this corner. So you don't have to put it, it's like I want you to feel comfortable. Just do it with what you have. Don't overthink it. As you can see, I'm just putting it in random places. And what I'm doing is um, I am just messing with the texture of things. I like texture and it gives it, so here's this that I used. I just put a little corner on there. Again, I'm cutting a little square. I'm doing just like I did with that other white one. I'm going to stretch it a little bit, give it some form, because this is another piece of cotton. It's a very thin one, and I'm going to fold it kind of like I did the other one. See, I just folded it. You can put a little glue right here. The other one was hard to put the glue. So here we go. It's coming together. So I'm going to go this corner. Okay. All right, so it's got most of the elements of that. Now we're going to try to finish it off. I put a little bit of beads on it. I just grabbed a little piece. And this bead, to put on something like this, you can do something like grab a piece of string and attach it. Because beads can fall off. I'm going to attach it to it. And I usually put it under, excuse me, I'm hiccups, under something else like that. So I'm sticking the string I wrapped around it underneath this, and I'm gluing it. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Looks like I got hiccups. I drink some water there. Yeah. Okay, here's one more. I gave you a couple of these. I carry this in my Etsy shop, this size of embellishment. and they're stuck together. And I think I sell it. I don't know if I sell it by the yard or by, I think I might offer half yard too, for those of you who don't want too much of it. And you can see how that, although I'm missing the flowers, let's find a different flower to add there since I don't have any more of that one. Let's put some of this one. Or I could use this trim. I think I'll put this. This will add a slightly different color. Here's a pretty little flower there. No, I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is like, when you have things, oh, looking good, thank you. When you have little things that, that has a lot of sequin, you can see a lot of sequin on this. It's a matte, um, champagne piece. You should be careful when you're cutting it because the sequin could fall off. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it. Oh, let's see, how about here? I'm just gonna cut a little piece. And I'm gonna, they could, if you pull on these, they could fall off. I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right along the edge there, just to keep it from falling off. Okay, I know this piece, I know I can do that. But a lot of times, if you're gonna use a lot of sequin, you might wanna glue the back of it ahead of time because otherwise you're gonna lose all your sequin. So now I know that I knew it would hold together enough for me to do it in this manner. Now I'm gonna put some along the edge here. And I'm gonna round off, I'm gonna kind of shape this piece a little more. And then we're going to put this on top here. So you can see I used similar items, some different, and gave it elegance by adding an imitation pearl. I also have these pearls in my Etsy shop in smaller ones, the smaller ones that are kind of size of this center. Plus, I recently found, I ordered, hopefully I'll be getting by the end of the month, more selection on colors of the flat back pearl. I found some, and they have the iridescent colors. They might cost a little more, but I'm going to add them in my Etsy shop once I get them. Oh, I do have something else I could show you that's up here that I'm kind of, a lot of times I'm working on a whole bunch of stuff, and these are going to be a new item in my Etsy shop, which are not in the lot. These are not in the lot, so I'm not using it. But I'm going to put these, I think I'm going to put, like, see, they're not that big and they're perfect for this type of work. And it could be a center in your flowers when you're making flowers. They're just gorgeous. I have several colors, about 3 colors, but I'm going to get more because I really like them. And I think I'm going to put like 10 of these, you know, for $2.50, $3, something like that. I don't know, something like that. I don't know exactly. Oh, where'd you go? Okay, so this one was longer. Had more. Where's my other one? I lost it already. I bet you guys can say, it's right there, Liz, right in front of your eyes. I'm like, okay. Well, when I find it, I'll show you both of them together. Oh, here it is. Look. So it came out a bit different. It's a little smaller because I use a different size. And I have given you this, but I only had one piece. So I just used the other pieces that were left. And you can see it's flat. And again, you can glue it down more. This one has more texture to it, and you can, you know, do what you want with them. But this is my idea, the same type of materials, and each can be a little different. So let's finish this one. And this one, I don't remember what it looked like. Where is it? I don't know. So now we're going to just use the materials, and I have no idea what it's supposed to look like. But that's okay. We're going to start making a new one. And again, just use whatever you please. And this one was here, so I'm going to use this piece. I'm stretching it and I'm forming it to give it movement and texture. Just adding it to that. So a lot of people will take different fabrics and they just, you know, cluster them on top of each other. And this is just my take on it, because I'm like that. Let's see. What should I add to this? What else should I add to this one? Okay. This is in the lot. It's just a piece. I don't know. How long is that? About 8.5 inches. I'm just going to take a piece of it You, hmm. Okay, so last times I was crafting, I kept on saying, I need a new glue gun. I need a new glue gun. I bought one of the newer Sure Bonders because this is my favorite gun, and it broke. It's just not as good as the old one. This older one is way better. The newer ones have the green tip. It's all, I think it's white and green and lime green. But this one, it just works so much better. Well, that's the way it is. They, instead of making their things better, they make them worse. So this piece right here has sequins and glitter. I mean glitter and sequins, and it's corded. And again, I told you about the edges on this piece. I'm just adding them, and you add them in any way you want. And I liked the idea of making it small, and then making things come out on the edges of the square. So the square is here, and I'm coming out along the edges, and just what I'm doing, what I liked. What else should I choose? Oh, I know. Should we do this? That's pretty. I used to carry this in my shop. I couldn't find it anymore, and it was one of the favorites of a lot of people. I ordered some. I'm hoping it's going to be good because last time I ordered something similar and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't as pretty. It wasn't the pretty, creamy, vintage ecru or, yeah, color. It was really bright white and it just didn't look the same. And the flower was very different. So hopefully if I get some more of those in, then um, we can. All right. Okay, so here we go so far. You think I should stop? I think it might need some pearls. Where's the other pearl? I'm just looking around to see what I have that I might want to put on it. I don't want to cover this up, but I might bring out some stuff on the side, which I like to show you anyway because I like you to see how you can, if we're tacking most in the middle, you can still tuck things into it. I'm just looking around what else is in here. So this is a piece. It's a gorgeous little piece, kind of like the other. It has a little, but I put a lot of elegance in this one already. So I think I'm going to take a piece of just this. This is a more inexpensive piece of trim, and you can use all different kinds. But I do like to use this for different things. It's got a little bit of stiffness to it. So can you see how I easily made a flower out of it? Or a little, it's more like I would use this as a petal of a flower. And I use it as like a mini flower. I just took it and I folded it over this way. And then I folded it over this way into thirds. This one I pulled it into thirds. And I'm going to tuck it somewhere. I don't know where. I think I'm going to put it in here. Right here. Let's put a little bit of glue. And it's going to give it more texture. What else? I have this angel in this lot. I have this button in the lot. I think that's gonna work there. Maybe put a little bit of this color in there. Yeah, let's give you a little bit of this. I also had a piece of this which I used in some of the others. Again, I like to do the same thing. I like to make little petals. I'm trying to make these kind of flat, but also have a little texture. I think I'm going to add those little pieces of cotton that we had in there too. See if I can find a place to put those. Hmm. Yeah, here they are. So where could they add movement? Right here, huh? Add a little movement. So you go as far as you want with these. Use, use the same materials and just make them all the same. Or um, these to me are kind of like building a flower, but I'm using scraps and bits from this lot. You can use your scraps and bits to do it. And so this was the piece of white threads that I removed when I from the white fabric, the original fabric we used. That's what this piece is. I showed you that. Okay. And so can you see it adds a little softness to that side, fills it in a little, but if you wanted, you could make it look, but this is shabby mixture using snippets and scraps to make them look beautiful and embellish things. So that's what they are. So you'll see people make a lot of embellishments. Well, we have a stack of embellishments now. See, if those of you who may have come in later, you will see that these are what I made out of this kit. This is an Ecru kit I have, and I decided it's in my Etsy shop. I decided I was going to make clusters with it, and these are the clusters I've made so far. This one we just made. Um, and the clusters they're like little mini embellishments for you to put on your projects. You can make them smaller than this even. These are close to 4 inches or 3 to 4 inches. Mine are. And some people make them 2 inches, 1 inch, little clusters. If you Google on YouTube, you'll find a bunch of people who make them. Some of people make them with paper. Paper's a good thing to make them with. That could be your base too. Okay. So I've made this stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have all those. So now I'm thinking I might want to try something different. Let me try. I have this piece I can use as a base. I have more of this. I could use the light fabric, but maybe I'm going to embellish this. I stuck this little piece in there. It's just a little heart. And maybe we'll do a heart. Maybe we'll make heart. And I still have more stuff left here. I'm thinking I might make this whole thing a big piece. I don't know. Don't know. But I'm looking around to see what I have left. I'm going to try and put them in piles. So this is a piece I have left. I have a lot of this. And I have a lot of this still left. It's all doubled up. I have this. Okay. Pile. I'm just looking at my pile, seeing what I have. We could probably embellish on top of this piece too, if we want. Okay, we got to use these roses. This one, huh? Let's use that. And what should we use as a base? We can use our own stuff too. You can use your stuff, and I'm trying to decide. I guess I'm going to go ahead and use another piece of this. I thought I had a piece of the white one still, but I don't see it up here. I bet it fell at my feet. I don't see it, so we're going to start with this. I thought I still had pieces of that, but oh well. Okay. So I'm going to take another piece of this. Or should I take this black one? What do you guys think? This one? Maybe it's this one, because look at the rosy color in there. Okay, I'll take a piece of this. You could take this piece and embellish this piece if you want. But I'm going to take a piece of it, I guess. And it's going to be our base this time. I know this one should fray well. Let me take a sip of water. So as you can see, again, this piece frays. Now, if your fabric frays too much and it keeps on fraying, then again, you can just put a little bit of glue at the back to stop it from fraying. Um, since it's being used as an embellishment, it's not a problem. You're not gonna be washing it or anything like that. Just it'll work. Okay. This this little piece, I'm gonna make it I think a little more structured. I'm gonna use this edging here. I think I'll do that. Go and put it right there. Okay. So I got so busy for the holiday season. So I hope everyone had a new year and a happy Christmas, because I got so busy. My daughter came down from Korea. She lives in South Korea. She teaches English. I only have one daughter, and I have 3 boys. Plus my husband makes 4. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm going to use this trim right here. Trims can go a long way. This time I'm going to cut it ahead of time. This time I'm going to make it a little more structured and structure this window a little bit. There you go. So what this is there's a gate here, and there's plants. There's a window and what is this called? The wood pieces that open, and there's more trellis up on top. So it's kind of like doors. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the whole thing. This way. That'll be pretty. Need my smaller scissors. You can fussy cut this as much as you want. I'm gonna do this. Again, these also, if you because there's so much embroidery on them, it could actually fray a bit. So I kind of did that first. And again, since I'm going to come back later and add more glue, I'm just going to leave it like that. Look how pretty that looks right there, just a little bit. And then I thought I had another little piece of that. Here it is. No, I thought I had a smaller one. Oh well, I'm going to frame it out. I think I'm going to put it right over, maybe. And sometimes I might fussy cut this a little closer if I wasn't on camera, but it takes such a long time. I don't think I need to do, and I don't think it needs it. I'm just going to put it like that. And then I'll trim this. There you go. It's getting more structured. More structure out of me. You know what I want? Let's see. Which one would look better? This one? Oh, look at that. That would look pretty on there. This one's a little lighter. Hi, daughter. Thank you, Vanessa. My daughter's watching me. She's in South Korea. She's on what's it called when you can't go out? What's it called? Quarantine. Basically, she traveled over here, and every time she goes with COVID, the other one definitely looks better. I do like this, adding this to the bottom, but I'm gonna make it. What I'm gonna do is this piece that I glued on. I'm gonna remove it again. Mandatory self quarantine, she says. You guys can look down in the comments and you'll see it's a mandatory self quarantine, and she can't go back to work until, go out. She has to stay in her apartment until, and then she can go out again. But she can do quite a she teaches English, and she went a little more like a tutor this last year, so she can teach a little bit more than usual. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this top portion off here to make it shorter. And put that there. Let me see. I'm going to trim it here. Or should I trim it on this side? Or maybe on that side. No, I'm going to trim it on this side, because then I get 2 extras. Okay. Put this at the bottom. Look at that. That'll look pretty good there. And again, you guys can be neater than I am being. And then I'm going to put that flower back on after I attach this. There you go. While I have it off, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut it a little better. Since I'm leaving it on there, I know I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut a little more. Give it more of a clean look. I don't want to go too close there. I don't know why. That's just because it might hang over. All right, so now should I put it over this one? Yeah, we don't want it to go too far. A little more here. Look at stuff are sticking to my thing. Oh, that looks cute. I like it. Okay, what do you guys think so far? A little more structured than my other ones, huh? Okay, maybe I will do this. Put a little piece of this on this side. So like I said, you can, when you're making these, you can become more structured and do it more detailed, or you can do my messiness. I'm going to fussy cut that a little more, taking off some of the netting. So again, this is something you can put on, you can put it on a tag. You can make a tag with this. You can put it on a junk journal. You can put it on any of your creations that you make. If you're using the Ecru trims. Does anybody else have any other ideas? I actually like the way the window came out. And so this one has another window on this side, and then it has this window up above the door. So you could do the whole piece, which is a bigger piece, and embellish that, something like this, like I showed you. Or you can do something different, but I like the way that one came out. using the colors that were here to bring out the colors of this rose embellishments. Oh, it's sunny and over there. You know, it was a little bit cloudy over here still. Mm, this weekend, Daddy was able to take Isaiah to the park for a little while. But now this right here, you can use it as it is. You can attach it like to a tag like this. You can attach something to hang it from, and this can become a Christmas ornament. You can put more structure on the back if you want to make it, so you use it. You can put this on a pocket on your junk journal, or a lot of people are making crazy quilts. It could be something like this that you use it for. There you go. There's one more, and let's see what we can do with this little small heart. So this is a little heart. See what else I find here. The first thing I'm going to do to it, I think, is just place some lace over it. See what lace I like. Do I like that? That's a little bit too thick, I think. That would look pretty, huh? Yeah. Then that's all I would need to do if I put that on it. And I have this flower. I'm just trying to figure out what to do next. Something that will look good on there. That looks good, huh? And this is a piece, it feels like felt. And I actually think I may see what it looks like if I cut this thinner. This is a lace I carry in my Etsy shop, and I use it for all kinds of things. Oh, thank you. I try to put a variety of things in my lots, and I'm going to try and make a pink lot soon. Piece. And this piece is just a piece I cut from vintage fabric, and you'll find that in my pieces, my lots, you may find new or vintage pieces. And I'm just going to put it like that, I think. This is a very light lace. So this can be placed on top of a Valentine's card, something like that. If you want to make it look a little vintage. I'm really bad at what the different names for laces are. I have all kinds of laces in my Etsy shop, and I'm trying to make a selection. I really don't name the laces other than describe them, but I am learning more about what the names of them are, but I'll memorize them, then I'll forget. I'm not very good at remembering. A lot of you might know that I actually have a chronic type illness. That's why you see me not really committing to a lot of things, because I do things when I can. That's when I do things. Not I don't do things I can't commit to too much, and I only do them when I feel better. So I'm just looking to see what I like. And I actually think I just like the way it looks. And maybe I'll use this piece. I think I just like just a little bit of lace on a handmade heart because it's tiny, so it doesn't need that much. Be a little bit of this. That would look better right there. A strip like that, huh, on the side. I think I like that. So let me trim this up. Decided to do this. Okay. There you go. You're going to look good with that soft lace and then that more detailed lace. I'm going to put it on and then I'm going to trim it around the heart after. So Gonna run it along the side to go sideways. There we go. Detailed African lace made up of many segments. Yeah, I what I do is I create a lot of things, and sometimes I keep on trying to get back on Etsy, um, and do a lot more things, but I can't. I have to make sure that I can have enough energy. My husband takes up a lot of my slack. In fact, my husband has been washing the laundry for probably over 5 years now. I used to be the one who washed the laundry, of course, but because he wants my energy to go to other things, he does it. So I don't know. This is a heart lace I put in my shop. It's gold. It's like a vintage gold ecru color. Is this Gouppier lace? No, I don't know. But these are the type. I have this one in white and gold in my Etsy shop, but I just have these up here in my on my thing. Um, this type right here. Okay, so I'm actually getting less and less and less stuff here now. So this is good. You can do more or less. You can put pearls. You can, add things to it or not. Oh, I see. So yeah, it would be a lot like this. So you can separate the little flowers on here. Um, Let me see. I have some bigger ones. In some of my videos, I show a lot more of my laces and trims and stuff. This time, yeah, what you need to do is go. You wouldn't search in my shop by Gouppier lace because I don't write Gouppier or Alicon or um, I call it. I like kind of describe it. I think I have some white probably of what you're talking about. Um, and I have some of the dangle laces, things like that too. I have a big variety and I keep on adding more things. I've been trying to find a lot of trims that have um are like that, that are little pieces that we can separate so that we can use for a lot of variety of things. I've been trying to do that. I have a lot of them, kind of like this one, this little flower one. I have a lot of the what's it called? See, I can't remember anything. Trims like this. This I just happen to have gold up here, but I have white laces in my shop. I have a lot of variety. So this would be, it's netted. I have a lot of embroidered laces in my shop. Okay, so something simple like that on the side for a heart. And we can make a bigger heart out of this. Let's do that. Now, if you're going to make, you can, this is like a, um, a fabric that is, I'm trying to think what it would be called. Used for, it's thick, so it's kind of used for curtains or upholstery or something like that. And you can just trace any heart that you have. But let me think. I'm talking. I may not make this heart right. I'm like, hearts are easy to make, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do again? Okay, how do I usually do it? I'm going to start here with the tip. That's what I usually do. I start with the tip, and it's folded in half. And then when I get this high, I start dipping down, and it's a heart. A beautiful heart. So again, you can make your your clusters, you can make them on top of shapes. So you can make like that shape right there. You can decorate it more, but that one was kind of small for what I have left here. So I decided to cut a piece off here. So I do have this piece right here in there. And this type you can actually put, if you want, you can put a a thin lace through, or not lace, thin ribbon through it. I'm going to stick this through it. I'm going to show you again more tricks, always doing tricks. So I just use, you can use a needle or a hairpin. I use hairpins a lot. And I would go every couple of things and just weave it through. I bought this beautiful lace. I think I'm gonna put it in my shop. I used it on that rose gold angel that I showed you, and I think I'm gonna add it to the shop. So I ordered another. I think I have 15 yards of it. This made me think of it. It's really pretty. It's an old rose, dusty rose color, and you can put um, ribbon through it. I used it in this. What did I use it? Where's my? Here they are. I used it in these when I made these dresses. And you can see it right here. I used it to embellish just a little piece, embellish the front and the back. But it's really pretty. And I had bought it quite a while ago. And look, I used it in this angel. And I put, this is a vintage, thank you, daughter. So right here, you can see I used that lace. See how pretty it is? I put this vintage rose, I can't remember the name of that kind of ribbon. Oh, why does everything leave me? In it. And I put it on my angel. See how pretty it looks? I love the vintage. I love rose colored. If I like pink, it's this color. It's this dusty rose pink, more than like the baby pinks or anything like that. And on this angel, I that's what I put on it. Yeah, I made that one. So that's one I'm gonna probably in the future put it in my shop. But anyways, I thought of that from the insert lace after I was showing you. You can use this type of stuff. You see it and you're like, what do I do with that? But if you imagine if you added, oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll show you guys, those of you who have come, maybe later I'll show you what I've made so far. Again, I know you guys might get bored, but you know what? This is just kind of social-ish, just letting you into my shop, into my life. I felt like I need to do something that's different. That's creative, but different. And because my brain wasn't working. And so I said, I do clusters like I saw those other ladies do on YouTube. So I am not the originator of clusters. Can you see? Um, Hi from Japan. Oh, thank you. She says my work is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I do different styles. You'll see in my designs. If you go to my Etsy shop, again, you just go to craftydevotion.etsy.com. If you Google that, you'll find me. Or you can follow the links almost in every video I have. If you go in the description box, which you have to click the little arrow at the bottom, and then you go in there, you'll see that I have a link to my Etsy shop in there. I don't make a lot of changes to that because that's it's just been taking, it's just not one of my priorities right now. Um, but you'll find links to my Etsy shop. I have categories. I have some vintage, which I'm going to lower the amount of vintage I list now because I find that it's becoming overwhelming, becoming cluttery in my house, and making a little bit more too much stress. So I'm not gonna do as much vintage, but I have handmade section. And in my handmade section is where I have the kits. I don't have this kit because this is a little more difficult to make, and I'm probably not going to make a kit for this, but I do have the ribbon, this ribbon in my Etsy shop. And I think I have this lace I used, which is almost like a peachy pink color. I liked how it went with this, so I used that. And and you know what? If you're from Japan and you want to order, you need to make sure that you message me, because right now I have international turned off. I had it on for a long time, but they've been making so many changes and there's been so many delays that I want to be able to, I basically, if you find me on YouTube and you want to order, you tell me you did, and then we'll talk about setting it up. So if I haven't messaged you back, because I know we had a long holiday, if I think somebody else had asked me about it and I may have forgotten to message them back, just message me on Etsy and say, hey, I'd like to order from your shop, and I'll have to create a listing for you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. This dress right here is one of my more popular ones. I have this one on Pinterest, and it's like it's always my most popular one that's viewed. So, my video that I put on you on Pinterest. So I decided to make a few more because I thought, people might want this dress. But anyways, I have for this, like, I don't have these beads. I do have a lot of them. I could put these kind of beads in there. These are the more rounded. I think they're 4 millimeter beads, but I like that size on here. I use different beads on there. I have this ribbon in the shop. I'm gonna that trim I'm putting here, I might put that in my shop. I have the hangers by themselves. You can order the hangers. I think I have four. You have to order four at a time, and you can order the hangers if you want to make it. I have the bodice separate in my shop for that, and I have. I'm going to this lace I put underneath. I have this lace in my shop, and I just used this, and then I used it also in strips. And then I don't have this one in my shop, but I'm probably going to put some in my shop probably. It's just another type of a lace that I use more. It's more of a fabric. And I use layers again, like everything. I use layers when I create things here. I use layers when I make my dresses. And that's what adds the texture, the body, and the look of the dresses. So yes, you should find any kits. The kits I have in my shop to make the dresses. I do have a couple of pink ones in there. Those ones come with the detailed tutorial to make it. And then most people will order the kit, and then they'll order a few bodices and a few hangers, because then they can be inspired and make their own. But you can also find free tutorials on this channel that you're on right now. Um, Anyways, I changed the subject, went to something different. But you can see, if you used a different ribbon in here, it would look pretty. And that's, what I would do with it. Or you could just use it the way it is. So let's embellish this. And I have scraps here. We're going to be using all the scraps I still have left. And I have quite a few pretty things in here still. I have this still. There's still a lot of things. I think I'm going to use this. What if we put this on this side right here? I don't know. You know what? It covers. Well, I guess it would be okay, huh? If I cut this more straight so it doesn't look so. I don't know. I'll think about that one a little more. Make sure I got everything we have. Let me see what else I have. I have this trim in the lot. So before I start this one, oh, that's pretty. So before I start decorating this one, I'm going to go ahead, for some of you who came in later. What I'm doing is I'm embellishing, making clusters. I got the idea of making clusters from other YouTube creators. I can't remember the names of the ladies I watched, but I watched like so many videos because I said, "Oh, this is how do people make them?" And there's a lot of videos. Search clusters, fabric clusters, or clusters. If you search clusters, you get a lot of paper, and they make them with paper and they make them with fabric, or a combination. So you can make a cluster with a cardstock, or you can make it with any of their pretty paper products, your cards. And these clusters I'm making, you can put them on your cards and make an easy decoration. So this is what I'm making. And this one is going to be a heart cluster. I just cut out the heart. Um, and they're clusters of fabric, like stacked on top of each other. But all of mine come out looking like a little bit of a flower because I make flowers. I make a lot of flowers. If you look on my channel, a lot of flower tutorials. So this is one of them. I'm making it with the kit. I have a kit in my Etsy shop. I think it's about 20 bucks or so. I don't know, for all the stuff in here. And these are the ones I've made from the kit. I'm only using the kit to make them because I'm keeping myself so that you guys can see that you can make clusters if you want, or you can make something, use the materials that I have in there for your junk journals, for your crazy quilts, for making your own clusters, for making flowers. But these are the ones I've made so far. You can see they're just a mixture. Um, and these are all made from the kit. Little bits and pieces. I've been cutting them up. So you can use it the way you wish. And I'm keeping them kind of flat because I want you to be able to put this. So I'm going to probably take these and I'll probably separate them into like 2 sets of 5 and, put them in my Etsy shop. After I'm done, I'm going to glue them down a little more and I might add a button on top or something, but this is going to go in my Etsy shop. And this is my last one I made, which this is the one I made that's more structured. And it's the same concept, but you're using this fabric right here. I have this fabric in the kit, and I cut one piece off of it. And this is a image of Paris, I believe. You'll have to go to my Etsy shop and read it and see if I'm wrong. It might be Italy. No, I think it's Paris. Though. I don't know. But either way, it's a beautiful image that you can use. And the ones I have are all varied that I have in the lot because the images are different. So that's that one I made. Oh, forgot the little heart. And I just took this little heart that I had stuck in there and I just put some lace on the edges, and that can go on a card or on your junk journal. Okay, let's see. I really like this piece right here. This is a trim I have a little bit left in my shop, I think, and I'm probably not going to reorder it because people who bought it loved it, but it takes such terrible photos. You bought some what? Heat and bond? Heat and bond. Heat and bond. Oh, you bought heat and bond. You know what? There's a lot of people. That's one of the other ways people make clusters or snippet rolls. So think of a snippet roll in a little cluster instead of a long snippet roll. You're just making a bunch of little clusters and you put them in a basket and then you can grab them. With the snippet roll, you put it on a roll. I think I have one video where I made my very first snippet roll, and I remember saying, I don't know what these are, but I made this and it was really pretty. And I think I did it for where you do the swaps. And I do have one snippet roll video where I show you it's all pink and all pretty, but I didn't really know exactly how to use it. But now I know more how they're used. And for a snippet roll, you're using snippets, and you can make it as just like these. You can make it as structured or as beautiful as you want it, or you can make it less structured and you can just put bits and pieces in there from your scraps, or you can use long pieces like some of these pieces, and then you either sew it or nicely glue it on, then you cut it, and you also use that piece in your project. So if you're making a large heart, like, see, this already looks pretty to me, and I like this color here, so I don't know what I'm going to do. This would look pretty on this too, but I think I want to stay more this one, because it covered it too much. I like that fabric. I'm not going to cover it this time. So I'm looking around. Oh, I do have a piece of this. So this is another lace I have in my Etsy shop. See what that looks like. I'm just putting things I like here. I wonder if I do it this way. And then this on top. I'm not sure. Um, so these are still the bits and pieces I have left. I don't think I have this one in my shop anymore. It was a slow seller. I said, oh, that'll go great in the Ecru lot. But I'm putting the pretty pieces there that I have left. See what I'm going to do with it. Well, I have this tassel. This tassel would go very good in there. This little tassel. I think I took this off of a trim and then stuck the tassel in there. And that'll look cute on the bottom. What do you think? Oh, I forgot to finish the conversation about the heat and bond. Somebody asked about the heat and bond. I also was watching other people who do the snippet rolls or even these clusters, and they use the the iron-on heat and bond that they use for sewing, so that can also be used, like if you make the long strip, and you just have to Google, or not Google, but search on YouTube, and you'll find snippet rolls, and you'll find different people who make them differently. I don't make a lot of snippet rolls, but this one I was inspired to try. Okay, so this type of trim, I think I put it in there because it was a little light. It usually has a little piece that comes off the bottom. So it's actually tassel, even though it didn't look like one. No, it's a tassel. I probably put this in there because it was probably wrinkled. That would look pretty. Well, it's too bright, I think. This one I'm going to make a little cluster, but I'm still going to make it a little bit more structured. But not as structured as this one. I didn't make a lot of structured ones. But I just wanted to show you that you can do it. You can make them a bit more structured. I'm looking around. I thought I have a little snippet of ribbon that says, that's a measuring tape, and one that's coffee. I know I haven't used them, but they're not around anywhere because they're probably stuck to my angel, maybe? No. Oh, here's one. Here's one. So I have a little piece of this in the lot. A little piece of that. And these are pieces because they're made, the lots are, I'm gearing it more towards like somebody who's doing a junk journal, who wants pieces to do different things with, to decorate their pages of their junk journal. And junk journals are different. I haven't made a junk journal, but they're different sizes, but they're not really extremely large usually. Okay. All right, so this is what we can do. Let's see what it looks like if we would take the heart and just use one of our snippets on it. See how you can just one of the snippets right on there, or one of the snippets, one of the clusters on your actual piece. So this is how you would use them. You could put it on there. You want it to be more elegant. Ooh, that's pretty, huh? So then you're making these little pieces, and now you can use them to embellish. Now, this is pretty small, so but imagine yourself having a bigger heart or a bigger project, a book or whatever you might have. But I still like this piece. So I'm going to use this part structure-wise, front and back. And again, I'm going to use this. This is the last of this piece. I used it on some of the, like, 2 other pieces. And this is the last of it. And I'm going to put it on. Oh, maybe I should go this way, huh? Yeah, let's go that way. There we go. That's pretty. That looks good, huh? Not sure I like that one. Oh, I like that better. Okay, got tons of stuff here. What are we going to do with it? I'm going to layer, I think. And let's cut this. So this is what's left of this one. It was a little bit bigger. I used this in a lot of the projects. I'm going to add a piece there. And like I showed you, I do this. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to be on that much longer. I've been on for a really long time. And I think I'm going to get ready to finish this a little bit, do a little bit more of it, and let you guys go. Oh, I put it on the wrong side. It's okay. I'm going to put something else there. How about we use this? Yeah, that's pretty. Look. So, like I said, if you want to order, you go to my Etsy shop or just use your scraps. This is just for inspiration. It's for you to just see different ways of something new I was just experimenting with and trying out. And I kind of was inspired to do because I saw other crafters doing it. And I like the ideas. I actually feel like I want to leave it like this because I really like the colors in here. And we all have scraps, don't we? We all have scraps to use. So use them. Remember this one? I said I'm getting the netting and I'm making use of it and twirling it. And look how cute it looks. You'll be able to see it on this piece, I think. Because I'm going to stick this like under here. Like that. See that? So just use your imagination. Don't be afraid. I know what's hard is the there's not always a lot of symmetry in this, what I'm doing right now. This piece was much more symmetrical, you know, with a few things on the side, but most of them are not. And where's my small scissors? Here they are. So if you can see there, the netting is right there. And I'm going to cut the netting more. I want to twist this a little more. Love the look of that. And I'm going to twist some of these a little bit. This one I'm going to twist it up higher. I like it. Gives it movement, gives it, I feel like it needs, that's all it needs is a little more fibers. I don't know if I should use this one. Or we have these. I'm not sure. I don't want to cover this up. I just feel like it's just so pretty. So I'm going to leave it like that. The angel would look really pretty on there. So here we go. Just about done. That would look good. You want to put that on there? I think I'm going to put this on there. This is what was left. So I hope you guys have been inspired by what I've been inspired by, and you guys go and search other support. You know what, you guys, I do want to tell you guys before you go, how do you support those crafters who inspire you by making YouTube videos, sharing, socializing with you. They, you know, like me, there's a variety of ways you can purchase from my Etsy shop. Even people who you like my ideas and probably could make their own little bodice, they'll go buy a bodice, and that really helps, you know, my shop. I just keep on, you know, what I did is I cut the dots apart, and now it's going to be bendable and moldable. So I'm going to use it as a little trim on the edge. Um, but like the videos, share the videos, because not everyone can afford to go and buy anything, and that I don't expect everyone to. I still don't mind if you are in my shop and you uh, if you watch all my channels and get ideas, but if you just simply like it and share it, it just makes a big difference to the channel. And other people find I'm amazed. I haven't been recording for much this year, and there's so many people who still find me and they say, I just found you and I love these ideas. And I'm like, well, thank you. I'm so glad that they found me, but they only found me because YouTube puts them out there, or you guys shared something. You shared with somebody else. And so that's what you do to help those people who have YouTube channels. We don't make very much from that. Heat and bond. I mean, we really don't. I think I've been on YouTube since 2016, and sometimes, uh, like during the holidays, my Christmas ornament videos go up, and I probably make $90 or something. That's a month, a month. So I'm not making a lot of money from YouTube. But a lot of people think, oh, they're just making a lot of money, and most of us aren't. We don't make a whole lot of money. Most of the times, it's just over $25 a month. So that's not a lot. I'm serious. So these are the things that are left in my lot, the kit that I haven't used yet. This trim, this piece of trim is left. I didn't ever used it. So I think this is about done. I like it. I like it. I think I'm going to put something here though. I'm going to see what I find. Then I'm going to put down. I think it might be this. I have this piece still left. There was a big piece I put in there, so you can use those as leaves. I use those as leaves and all those snippet rolls. I have a little piece of this left. I have some of this left, and I made quite a few, and this beautiful still left. So I could still make more, but I might need to get another base fabric. I just was trying to make look, this would look cute because I used it there. That would finish it off there. Okay. These are little pieces. A little bit of this hand torn ribbon. Oh, you saw that. Yeah. This little bit here. So I still have a pile of stuff left. This. It keeps on going and going. Because I cut the heart out. I thought I had a little piece of the other one left, the other fabric, but I don't know. I must have used it. This left. And I have this. This is a piece of the hand turn ribbon. It's a chiffon and it's nice and shabby. I have quite a bit of that, probably over a yard. I have this left. This left. I decide I'm going to put that on it. Okay, these are the pieces I have left, and it's quite a bit. I could use this too, huh? That would look cute. A little bit of pearls. This button might look cute on there. A little bit of more pearls. This, and I know I have a ribbon that says coffee. What happened to it? I don't know. So I still have this left, which is quite a bit of stuff. And there's another button. I'm going to finish this thing off. So that's what I have left that's undone. And this is what I've made. These clusters. Cluster. Well, I'm getting ready to sign off, and I will just finish showing you this and finish up that heart. And like I said, support your fellow YouTubers, not just me. That's why I mentioned search for other crafty people, because there's a lot of people putting a lot of effort into their YouTube channel, and there's a lot of creativity out there. and people who make it. In the future, I'll probably make a pink one. So I think I'm going to take this. We'll be finishing it off. I'm going to take this piece, which is just, this was a piece from that. And I'm going to put you here to finish off this bottom. So it gives it a little finished look. Because this one was like a semi-structured. And I want to put, I think I'm going to put a button here. So I think I'll put a button right here to give this little edge a little finished look. There you go. So that one's pretty. I like that. I like the colors. I like those brown colors. Yeah, well, I will talk to you guys next time. I've been on for a long time, and like I said, I can craft for hours. And I do. When I'm ill, crafting helps me to feel better, helps take my mind off any chronic issues I'm having. And if you're on and you're not, and it's not live anymore, go ahead and comment, and I always go and answer your questions, or I try to answer them, and I try to say, oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you for hanging around and just crafting with me while I just turned on the YouTube and decided to share with you guys. I'll talk to you guys next time.